What's going on, kings and queens? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Wisdom's daughter. Look here, I done been live, 2 times already today? I don't think I've ever been live 3 times in a day. I don't know how y'all do it, okay? I'm tired. But we got to talk about these lies that have been told in these YouTube streets, all right? Y'all been lied to, all right? Wisdom's daughter been lied on. That's a no-no. You can't be lying on me. We about to get right to it. I thought I cleared this up earlier today. I mean, I literally went live twice about what was going on in the courtroom, but still you have an infamous silverback who still wants to tell lies, who still is trying to start drama where there ain't none, okay? Don't start none, won't be none. So now I got to come up here before we get into this juicy jail call. I got to come up here and I got to address the lies real quick, all right? And then we're going to greet those who are first up in the room, and we're going to get right to it. So, first of all, let me just clear up a couple things. There were only 3 content creators at the court today. That was myself, Wisdom's daughter. All right. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel and set your notifications to all so that you don't miss out when I go live. All right. So there were 3 content creators that were there. Myself, Pam Esquire, and infamous Sylvia, also known as Silverback. Okay. That's who was there. There was no one else there. I've heard that people thought that Dennis Byron was there. They thought Sonia was there. Sonia wasn't there. I don't know why people are saying that Dennis Byron, was there, or they heard him say he was there. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if he was joking or if people misheard, but Sir was not in the building. Okay. He wasn't nowhere in the building. He wasn't on top of the building. Okay. He wasn't in the building. He wasn't under the building. He wasn't at the elevator bank, wasn't in the bathroom, wasn't in the media room, wasn't in the courtroom, okay, or under the pews. He wasn't even outside, okay? He was not there. So hopefully that clears this up. Dennis Byron was not there, okay? Now, there may be some confusion because he was reporting live, right? And he was reporting on or giving commentary on probably what he thought might be happening in the courtroom. But there's only 3 people, and really I'm going to say 2, who can tell you what happened in that courtroom, because one of them is a damn lie, and I'm calling her out for what it is. How dare you? How dare you? Okay? And you need to sit your rabbit behind down somewhere, okay, and get your mental health straight, because something is really, really wrong with this woman. Okay. Secondly, nobody got thrown out of the courtroom. I don't know where that came from. Nobody got thrown out of the courtroom. Nobody. Okay. There's no audio. Nobody got thrown out of the courtroom. Okay. What did happen though is that media typically will have their cameras set up, right? You set up before the judge even gets there. And then when your case comes up, you start rolling. Okay? That's how it works. And so I had my camera up and I had my camera on, right? It was on me. Okay. And Silverback, I heard, because I didn't find this out until after the fact, that she's starting trouble, telling I don't know what she told the court officer, so I'm not even going to infer, but she said something, and it was probably a lie because that's what she does, to the court officer, and he addressed me about it. He let me know, no filming right now. It's not, not time yet. They're just doing calendar. I lowered my camera, no problem. Okay. And then later on, other cases after they did calendar, because Wooten, Kenya, woo, my boo was in the building. Okay, he was there. Wooten was there, and Doug was there. Wooten was there. Sean Hoover was there. Okay, they called calendar. The judge says, "Listen, I see I have some motions that haven't been settled. We need to have a conversation in the back." And so the lawyers go in the back, not just Wooten and Sean Hoover, but all those that had open motions. So I fully anticipated that the judge would come back and give us a ruling on Nesto or the defense's motion to suppress the vehicle evidence. We did not get that. We still don't have an answer whether or not the state is going to withdraw their motion, whether or not the motion to dismiss the motion to suppress, or whether the defense is going to withdraw their motion to suppress, or what is the judge going to rule? Is he going to say that, yes, all vehicle evidence can be considered, or no? We didn't get an answer. There's no movement. Okay. Other than the shenanigans that I'm going to clear up in just a second, there's nothing that really happened today. And so after everyone came back, that's when Judge Dunaway says, "Oh, we have some media people here." And I have my Rule 22 to let him know that, yes, I have been given approval to film today. I showed it to him. Okay. He must have forgot that he signed off on my Rule 22 and on there. And matter of fact, I'm going to show it to y'all real quick. Okay. As y'all coming in the room, I'm going to show it to y'all. All right. I'm going to let y'all see my Rule 22. Okay. Because when you lie on Wisdom's daughter, you better come ready. Okay. That is a problem for me. And I guess when you got no friends, you trying to, create drama so maybe you can get an ally. But guess what? Ain't nobody interested. Okay. Here's the Rule 22. Not this one. Hold on. That ain't the one I'm looking for. Give me 1 second. Let me find the one that I saved. Okay, I think this is it. Yeah, I believe this is it. Okay, let's try this again. So, like I said earlier, what had happened was, the purpose, for those of you who are not aware, the purpose of a Rule 22 is to tell the judge that you want to film. Okay, you're requesting permission to film, and you have to be very specific about what is the court case that you want to do the filming on, where is the courtroom, or at least the judge that is overseeing that case, and what is the duration. Okay, that's the primary information that goes on there. And then what is the method that you want to utilize to film? Okay, so here's my Rule 22. Okay, here it is. So what I was telling the judge is that it says on here that the recording is to commence on October 2nd, 2024, comma, it's for the entire trial and sentencing. Okay, and then there it is again on the bottom. All right. The undersigned wishes to use the devices stated up above: cell phone, laptop, camera, and any other recording device for audio or video. Okay. To commence on October 2nd, 2024. And for the entire trial and sentencing. Okay. That was the request. Now, the judge, you can put anything on here. The judge can cross out. Okay. I have blurred out some personal information, but the judge literally can, cross off anything you put on here. Okay. he could decide, you know what, you can use your camera, but not your cell phone. Okay, he can do that. Okay, here's where he signed it. So now he wants to renege. Okay, now he wants to renege. He said, well, no, there's a specific date on here. Well, yeah, you got to put when the trial is commencing. Okay, so that was the back and forth. For those of you who want to know what the back and forth was about. All right, he said that he's going to he needs to figure out a way to rectify this, and he will set up a separate hearing to talk about whether or not we can be held in contempt. We cannot be held in contempt because we have a document that clearly states that we have permission to record for not just the date that we initially did the recording, but for the duration of the trial. Because as I said to the judge, you don't know how long a trial is going to go for. Okay. And the Rule 22s are posted. They're not posted, but they are filed with the court. So it's on the docket. It's there. Right. Just like with YSL, you can see all the Rule 22s. You're not going to see a Rule 22 for every day of trial. Right. So that was the back and forth. I did nothing wrong. Pam did nothing wrong. We were not kicked out of the courtroom. So I'm shutting down all those lies. This happens when you have somebody that is that's I don't know if there's jealousy, there's bitterness. I don't know, but the hate is real. Okay. And if you thought that you was going to gain an ally by trying to claim that I got Pam in trouble, what I did have anything to do with Pam? She has a Rule 22. I have a Rule 22. One has nothing to do with the other. All right. So there you have it. I'm trying to clear it up because there were a number of other content creators from various places that were at home, not in the courtroom, at home, live, commenting on what they thought was happening in the courtroom. And that is how rumors get spread. Oh, Wisdom's daughter got thrown out the courtroom. Well, who the hell said that? Did you see me get thrown out of the courtroom? No, nobody got thrown out of. Baby, listen, if somebody got thrown out of the courtroom, even if it was me, I would have been the first one to say, child, they done threw WD off the courtroom. I'm going to spill the tea and I'm going to spill it all. Trust me, y'all would have got that tea. Y'all ain't even got to worry about it. All right, let's get off of this now. I done talked about this enough. I done gone live 2 times today to tell y'all about what happened in the courtroom. Okay, so for Sylvia's lies, they are shut down. Okay, we done with the rumor mill. Okay, rumor mill. Nobody got kicked out the courtroom. Okay, that's it. It's as simple as that. The judge is trying to renege on a document that he signed and apparently didn't read. Okay, not my problem. That's just not my problem. Okay, so if you want to have a hearing, let's have a hearing because I have my document and you signed it. It is binding. Okay, you can't say, well, I didn't see that part. Not my problem. All right. Anyway, we're getting into some shenanigans on tonight. So I hope y'all got y'all snacks. You got the popcorn. Make sure y'all put up some popcorn emojis in the chat for me. Let me know that y'all ready to get into this jail call because this is a good one. All right. First up in the building, Queen Anissa Ali was like, girl, let me get a seat so I can hear everything. She said, hey, WD Queen, I seen you doing your professional thing this morning. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I am Mrs. BB in the building. All right. Shout out to all the members. I got Listen to Me 301 is in the building. All right. Minding business. Okay. It's a few people that I could tell need to mind their business. And Sylvia's one of them. Everybody, she said, hey, everybody, I'm looking forward to this. Diva Ray is in the building. Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame. This is Nesto's fault, okay? Every time there's a problem in these YouTube streets, we can trace it back to Nesto. Whether it's him, his side chick, his case, it's always Nesto. She said, good evening, WD and fam. Beauty is her name is in the building. Justin's mom, I see you. MMPD finest. All right. And I see many, many more. I promise you, Miss Pisces, Miss B, and so many others. I see y'all. Hello, everybody. All right. Y'all, I don't know if y'all listened to this jail call yet, because literally PCFP just dropped the call. And I usually don't go to do commentary on a call that fast, but no, I noticed some things and I was like, no, we got to talk about this. So let me go ahead and bring it up. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. All right, handle that business with the subscribe button. If you are new here and you are not subscribed yet, you will have to wait 5 minutes to comment, and I guarantee you there's something you gonna want to say. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now, and let's get this going. Hold on a second. That ain't what I wanted to do. This was an older call, but it was a good one. And for those of you who are like, oh, PCFP is not putting out any new calls, let me tell you something. Phone calls from prison is an artiste. Okay, let me say that again. She is an artiste. Okay, she has been curating these calls and helping to put them into perspective. And I don't know how she's able to keep track with all these calls. And the fact that she puts calls out that are so relevant at the time that they are put out is absolutely amazing. So shout out and kudos to Phone Calls from Prison, okay, who's been keeping us entertained with these jail calls for the better part of 2 years. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so this call is titled Nesto says he will not plead guilty. Okay, he claims he will not plead guilty. Well, we're gonna see about that. I was hoping we was gonna see today, but it didn't happen. All right, and before we play this call, Nestos, I got a question for you, boo boo. Who the hell is William Pryor? Who is William Pryor? Nesto is over here using somebody else's account. Y'all, okay. Check. Let me just hit play. Let me just hit play.
They don't.
Oh, hold on 1 second. It's not queued up. My bad. Hang on. It's not queued up. 1 second. 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay.
In these two calls from December of 2023, Nesto tells Sonia his attorney told him to shut up after hearing some of his jail calls. Nesto also says he won't plead guilty for something he didn't do. Sonia says she changed the narrative with her Tasha K interview and tells Nesto to fire his attorney. Take a listen.
Please hold. Hello, this is a prepaid call from
William Pryor.
William Pryor. That doesn't sound like Ernesto Williams. It don't sound like Nesto, right? Because that's how he says his name. Really, Nesto? We knew that he was using other people's pens, but I don't think we've ever heard another name at the top of the call. So Nesto, at this point, he's just on some I don't give a AF. Okay, that's what I'm at. I don't give a F right now. Let me show y'all this right here. Cause y'all know I be loving my thumbnails, right? Nesto was told to shut up. Okay. As Lori said, you want to represent yourself since you got so much to say. Nesto, your side chick gonna cause you to lose your doggone lawyer. You better have a seat somewhere. That's why this man is taking a fast. Anyway.
an inmate at the Cobb County Adult Detention Facility.
To accept this, your current balance is $10.42. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hello?
Yeah, how you doing?
Hello? Shit, sorry. Hello?
You all right?
Yeah. I'm here. We're going to do this thing. I'm just watching the hair. What's up?
Okay, they say I got another radio. I got another phone call come out yesterday with Dion.
What happened?
Dion got a phone call came out yesterday. They did leak another phone call yesterday.
Nestos, why you whispering? Huh? Who you hiding from? Why you whispering? And by the way, nobody leak calls. It's called the Freedom of Information Act. Okay? It's legal. Phone calls from prison paid for those. Just to let you know.
Okay, hold on. Let me look. I got to the other phone to look and see. I gotta look on the other phone.
So, the appeal came to me a few minutes ago.
Oh, different.
Yeah, the investigator.
Oh, Douglas, Daniel, whatever his name is.
But don't call him name. He told me shut the fuck up so they heard my phone call.
Which one?
The last one I made with old girl.
It don't matter. The lawyer told Nesto to shut the F up. Okay, you look, you know it's got to be bad when your lawyer tell you to shut the F up. Nesto shackle shuffle walk of shame. Oh my gosh. She says WD Dennis Byron said that y'all, including himself, was being thrown out the courtroom. Dennis Byron was scamming people out of cash apps. Look here, I'm not co-signing on that at all, but I am gonna laugh at it. I don't know who he was talking to, or if he heard it said on somebody else's channel and he repeated it, or if he was talking to Sylvia. Okay, I don't know where he got that from. Okay, but I know it was said on some channel. I don't know what channel it was. One of the channels, someone thought that we were, but it was corrected later. Okay, it was corrected later. But listen, sometimes you know, especially when we speculating, we don't always get things correct. Okay, it is, but it was corrected. Okay, and I'm letting you know, no, nobody got thrown out. He was scamming people for cash apps. I don't know why that's funny, but I'm sorry. I'm laughing because it's funny. Oh my God. Miss Pisces says she says somebody was live when they weren't allowed to be. Oh, okay. That's what she told that's probably what she told the guy in the court, okay? Because she don't know how to mind her business. All right. Now, Sylvia has been thrown out the courtroom before, and she got Dennis thrown out of the courtroom one time, okay? And she be doing all type of stuff. Old girl was live streaming on TikTok, YouTube, had her computer going and all type of stuff during the YSL, and she didn't have permission to do all of that. So anyway, but yeah, so it listen, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say, but I just had to clear that up. Okay, let's get back to this Nesto foolishness. But thank you, Nesto shackle shuffle walk of shame. I'm blaming Nesto. It's Nesto's fault. Okay, it's Nesto's fault. Okay, Donald Trump is blaming Biden for everything. I'm blaming Nesto for everything. Nesto's is your fault.
Oh, they heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he told me shut the fuck up and heard my case. So I heard my case. He said that they asked me did I want to represent myself. I said, why would I do that?
All right. So those of you who don't understand mush mouth, okay, we're gonna speak Nesto. I'm talking Nesto to you, baby. All right. Nesto said the lawyer told him to shut the F up and asked him if he want to represent himself. And he said, why would I want to do that? Well, why do you think he asked you that, Nesto? Okay. Why do you think he asked you if you want to represent yourself? Because you running your mouth, right? You running your mouth. Like if you got so much to say, you're not listening to the lawyer. He's telling you to stop talking on these calls. Listen, y'all, how many people done told Nestos to stop talking on these doggone calls? All right, a lot. A lot of people have told Nesto to stop talking on these doggone calls. Okay. Hey Savannah, what's going on? Shay says there are more calls on other pens than his own, and she will be uploading them. I know that's right. Thank you for the TBN. Anyway, Nesto don't get it. Your lawyer told you to stop talking on these calls, and not only did you not stop talking, but you went on one of the biggest black platforms on YouTube at the time, and that was Tasha K. I said one of the biggest, not the biggest. That was Tasha K. All right.
Because I'm making all these different moves.
You were.
Hold on. We didn't discuss your case. I guess they're trying to say because you got mad on the phone.
But I did not discuss my case.
You didn't discuss?
Yes, you did discuss your case. Nesto definitely discussed his case. I find that funny that he said now he's no, but I didn't discuss my case. And here comes Sonia. But you didn't discuss your case. Like you didn't say anything about your case. Yeah, he did. On a platform that has over 1 million subscribers. Okay. Nesto making them boss moves according to coach. All right. Coach is coaching him. But Sonya will never admit that she messed up. That she got him all messed up. Okay. I really want to cuss. She got him effed up. She ain't gonna never admit to that.
Special case. But sitting in jail for over a year and somebody tricking you, and that's what she does purposefully. You know, you can get mad. They act like people can't have feelings. On the whole, out of all the phone calls you've had over the whole year and a half, you only been mad 3 times on the phone.
Only.
And it wasn't violently mad, it's just mad.
Yeah.
You know, so let me see what I'm looking for.
Yeah. So he asked me about my niece, and I like, you got some nieces? I said, yeah. But for a minute I got startled, and I said, then he said, and I said, yeah, I got one. Yeah. So they getting your stuff. And
You got 6 cents on his call.
I got what?
6 cents on his call.
No, not that. I'm talking about, no, not that. I'm talking about did they leak a phone call out?
Did Nesto go? Okay. And Sonya is slow. Okay. She's very slow on this call. She's not getting nothing that Nesto is saying. Nesto is telling him, they asked him if he got a niece because they know that his quote unquote niece was Sonya. What's going on, Vivi? Lenore in the building. She said, hey, Wisdom's daughter, I did report that media was removed from the courtroom after, oh my God, I can't see this, after it was stated from another source. Looking forward to seeing the judge fix his mistake. Go get him. Thank you, Queen. Listen, let me tell you something. Y'all got to understand, when it comes to news, period, whether it's traditional news, whether it's YouTube, okay, because the news outlets get stuff wrong all the time, okay? It's going to happen. But what somebody was doing was not getting it wrong. They was telling flat out lies. And you see what happens? You understand? And this is why I have a problem with Silverback. Because look at what you're doing. So you're putting out false information that you know is false, and other people pick it up. And then when the truth comes out, then now they're feeling some type of way, or, other people are looking at them like, wait a minute, but so-and-so say, you see the unnecessary drama. All right. So we can make it easy by just simple as that. If we get something wrong, we're going to let you know that we got it wrong. But in this case, it was just straight lies. Okay. So now this person wants to ostracize themselves even more because, when I came up, we would come to your house and beat the brakes off you. That's what we would do. Everything was about violence. We just going to beat your ass over everything. Right. But it's unnecessary. And what was the purpose? That's what I don't understand. Like, what did you gain? Queen, thank you so much for the support, for the love. Right back at you. May your gift return back to you 10 fold, and you ain't even got to worry about it, because like I said, she gonna reap what she sows. What's going on? Jalen Jones in the building. Thank you, Jalen Jones, for being a member. Says, what's up, Queen, to the chat. All right, let's get back to the foolishness, because I don't know if y'all missed that. He says, yeah, they asked me if I have a niece. Just hold on to that thought.
He said I got another phone call came out.
They leak them every week.
Oh, okay.
They still, I gotta call this place and have them stop leaking. Or if he gonna file something for them to stop leaking it?
Yeah, he said he's finna do that now.
Okay, good.
They're gonna try to do that now, and say they got to do something because it's been 18 months. But they ain't got to do nothing because that heavy charge started all over again.
But I'm glad they got that out there. I'm glad he saw that then, because he wasn't paying no other attention.
Yeah, he got that out there and said, no, I don't want to represent myself. I understand you trying to speak on. Yeah, I am, because I ain't treated fair.
Y'all hear how humble Nesto sounds? Because when he was on Tasha K, he was beating on his chest. And I'm a pimp. And and you gonna sing this song like how I tell you to sing it, like Ike Turner. Okay, did y'all? I don't know if y'all saw the Tasha K, but he was very disrespectful to this woman on her platform, cussing up a storm and whatnot, telling her to do her MFing job. You gonna do your MFing job, Nesto? Really? So it was not a good look, okay, because it's been said that Nesto is a dangerous man. You know, he get that low voice or that real high voice, but don't let that mush mouth fool you. He's you know he has a sordid criminal past, and so that was not a good look. So here comes Sonia. Well, you didn't really talk about the case. Nesto didn't have to. Sidehand did. Sidehand talked about the case anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know I got mad though. That wasn't good.
I mean, she triggered you, so and that's fine because you didn't get violent, and that's what they're trying to say. Oh, he's violent. He's this. He's that. You can be mad and emotional about your wife. You're all right. You haven't been yet on the phone, so it's been a year, and it destroyed your life. This whole situation. The person's supposed to act human, but you didn't threaten anybody. You didn't threaten anybody involved. You know, so.
Stop making excuses for that man, Sonia. It's done. The damage is done. You can't fix it now. But you didn't talk about your case. But you didn't threaten anybody. I mean, you only got mad. You only got mad on these calls maybe like 3 times. I mean, the first time he got mad was enough. Because now they got the call to say, see, look at the way that he spoke to her. If he talked to her like that over a phone call, and it was Sonia sitting in the studio with Nesto on her cell phone. Can you imagine how he would have or could have spoke to this woman in person, face to face, spit coming all out of his mouth? Baby, keep listening to Sonia, okay? Keep listening to Sonia. She gonna help you out real good.
Yeah, whatever. But anywho, I didn't look at any phone calls recently to see what's released.
The lies you tell.
That's what he told me. I'm like, you sure? I ain't heard that one. He said that was released yesterday.
Yeah, so apparently he knows. Yeah. Did you? Oh, you don't know the other side. I'll send your niece the information to send to him for the other side.
No, don't send nothing else. Don't send nothing else to them. Don't do nothing else right now.
No.
Yeah, don't send nothing else to them.
Sonia, did you hear what Nesto said? Okay, he said pump your brakes. He said don't send nothing else. Okay? Don't send a damn thing. Don't send an email. Don't send a text message. Don't send a letter. Don't send a dove. Okay? Don't send them people nothing else. Right? Sonia got Nesto in so much trouble. That's what Nesto get for listening to his stupid side chick. Okay? He wouldn't listen to his wife, but he gonna listen to the side chick. That's what you get.
Not at all.
Why, was he mad about the niece and stuff?
No. Just the way they're talking like I'm trying to represent myself. I'm not trying to do that. That's what they're saying. For him to relay that, that's what he's saying. Do you want to? Because I was just saying I'm fucking myself.
You did.
So you still want me to go get the civil situation?
Yeah. That I can do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll send you get that.
No, I just woke up about an hour ago, and I was about to do that because I got to be out of here by 4. So I was going to try to do that and get my son's situation out the way with his car. And
so it's got to be a date or something. Something has been filed today. Something has had to been filed today.
You think something was filed today?
Yeah, cause yeah. They finna go down, put me in there and get me out of here.
What?
Yeah, cause they trying to get it.
Nesto said they finna put me in here and get me out. Nesto, I don't really know what that means, bruh. But did y'all hear Sonia? Sonia's son, you would think he was 15 or 16 years old because I got to help my son with his car. I don't know if we ever established whether her son is mentally delayed. Is he autistic? Is he slow? Because it seemed like that child can't do nothing for himself. And you talking about a grown, a grown man. He's not a little kid. And I'm checking the docket to see if there was anything filed around the time of this call, which was December of 2023. So I'm just going to check to see if there was anything filed around that time. So y'all give me just a second. I'm looking. December 2023. Let's see, because Nesto still thought he was getting out. Well, the month before, there was a pre-indictment document here. Defendant's letter with clerk's response. Defendant's letter. I think that was Nesto asking for transcripts. I'm assuming that's what it was. But yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see anything on here. So anyway, let's keep going.
And they trying to get it moved forward, release.
Yeah, because it's stalling. And they're not investigating anything, and they can't even say anything, because when she went in court, if you get the transcripts and read the last transcripts from court, she trying to say they at a dead end because the girl didn't say anything to anybody and do anything. All thing she did was come in and make a statement. So there is no investigating past that.
And
That's it.
They're working on getting me that. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't break my foot today. They treated me today, so I didn't break it. So the bro, they've been giving me medication, so that shit working.
What you do? You tore something?
I hit it. I hit it when I was asleep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, you be fighting somebody in your sleep?
No.
No, Nesto, we don't be fighting nobody in our sleep. But do y'all think Nesto was really fighting somebody in his sleep? Or do you think he was actually asleep and somebody came into his bunk and he had to fight? I had to fight for my life. He had to fight his uncles, his brothers, but he never thought he'd have to fight in his own bunk. Anyway, I'm cutting up, y'all.
I've never fought nobody.
Yeah.
No, I never fought nobody in my sleep.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing for you. Okay, so there we go. And I told him have Merry Christmas. He said, no, I'm coming back to see you for you. So that's another week.
No, you ain't. No,
He
you won't.
And they don't talk to your other attorney at all, do they?
No, they're not dealing with that. You've been lying the whole time. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Looking for the system, day one. That's why you need to fire him so you can go to the bar association and file a civil going to get some.
Yeah, I know.
But he's not going to do any of the homework that's needed to fight the case. He's not going to.
No, not like these folks said did. They did do that. I mean, it's my first time ever seeing an investigator. He broke down who he was and everything. So, and he ain't young either. So that's good too.
Okay, Sonia. Sonia don't know anything. She swears she knows so much. How many times Nesto got to correct you about some stuff? Like, just give it a rest. So, Sonia was the one that needed to shut the hell up. She was the one that needed to shut the hell up, Sonia, you keep on advising him like you're doing, and you gonna have a dead boyfriend. I'm just saying.
And he had his own business before. I like that.
Okay, you sure can.
Now, I'm talking like that for today. I ain't say forever.
Right. They come in, they say this, that, and the other, and then they fall right back out.
Yeah.
You didn't even ask him what he was talking about when he said, talked about me. He didn't talk about me, did he?
No.
Because when he sent me that thing saying that stuff,
Yeah,
you're a potential witness. I'm like, to what? I wasn't found.
That ain't it. They just trying to say you clearly did to perk that girl. That girl, that's all they saying.
Mm-hmm.
He kept saying that girl.
You know what it is, the girlfriend, man. There you go. You acting like somebody else now. The girlfriend. The girlfriend is planted in everybody's head. You a girlfriend.
You, Sonia. He's talking about you. You was pretending to be his niece, but they know that it was Nesto's girlfriend pretending to be the niece. They're talking about you. He's saying Nesto is saying that everybody know that he ain't got no niece like that. That it's really Sonia, the girlfriend, her. He said you acting like somebody I know. I'm assuming he's bad mouthing his wife again and comparing his wife to his stupid side chick. Okay.
You said the girl.
This.
But I'm doing something while I'm listening to you. That's why.
Who?
No, then you just slow.
I was doing this. We're looking at stuff out while I'm talking to you.
Woo, that sigh, baby.
Everything looks the same, but I'll open them up. 11/17. That was when she did a leave of absence, and then you did a response letter on the 13th. That was all on that form. Order.
Why are you whispering?
Yep. When you went to see that black judge, nothing on that. Other than your letter was the last thing filed.
Oh, now I know what the movie you're talking about. He's talking about what I had wrote. That's what he's saying.
That letter you wrote?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Mm-hmm. That was on the 13th.
Okay. And this is what showed up on the docket. Remember I said that there was something that came up on the docket? Those of you who have access to it, if you go to November of 2013, all it's going to show you, it says defendant's letter with clerk's response. Let's look at this letter. Dear Miss C.H.E. Alexander. Okay. He's writing directly to the clerk of court. And first of all, this don't even look like Nesto's handwriting. I don't think Nesto wrote this, but anyway, dear Miss Shay Alexander, that's the clerk of court. You'll see her name on all the court documents. How are you? And I hope this letter reaches you in good spirits. I've requested several times for copies of all of my warrants, as well as my I can't read this. Oh, as well as my probate something hearing. Here's the, I don't know what this says. Here's the data on my probate cause hearing. Oh, that's what it says. Okay. So he says he's looking for copies of all of his warrants as well as his probate cause hearing. Here's the dates on my probate cause hearing, September 14th, 2023. Also, here are all the case numbers I had the hearing on. If it's any way possible, could you send me a copy of all of my warrants and transcripts when I went to my preliminary hearing? Also, I went to court on I guess it's the 19th maybe of October 2023 for my bond hearing. Can I get the transcript for that as well? I've been incarcerated for 16 months. I've had 3 lawyers, 2 public defenders, and all of them have failed by the wayside. I wonder why, Nesto. I wonder why they have all failed by the wayside, and why your lawyer currently at the time of this call was asking you, do you want to represent yourself? Okay. Or do you want your side hand to represent you since she knows so damn much? Nesto was like, no, don't send them people no more stuff. Don't say nothing. Cause they asking me if I want to represent myself. I don't want to represent myself. Nesto ain't stupid. Okay. Sonia about to cause this man to lose his doggone public. How many lawyers have told Nesto that they want to withdraw? Walked away from him. He says that they have all failed him by the wayside. 5 lawyers. Okay. It's not that he had 5 lawyers because he has 5 different classifications of crimes. And every time they find some more crimes, he has to get a different lawyer who can handle that. No, it can't be that. No, not at all. It got to be that they all failed him. This lawyer failed, so I had to get another one. And that lawyer failed because I had it. No, Nestos. My partner. No. You kept getting not convicted, but you kept getting charged with new crimes, bruh. And they're in different categories. All right. Your family lawyer, your family attorney is not a criminal attorney. The criminal attorney can't help you too good in civil court. Okay. The civil attorney is not going to be able to help you too well with torts. Okay. The torts attorney probably can't help you with a real estate deal. Different lawyers do different things. Okay. You don't go to a pediatrician when you need a neurosurgeon. I'm just saying. Anyway, the DA have been adding charges, dropping charges, as well as demolish my family and livelihood by leaking all of my phone conversations to the public. The DA did all that, Nestos. I thought it was the Freedom of Information Act, and that these calls say at the beginning of the call that they're being recorded. Okay, you're on a recorded line, Nestos. You think maybe your family was demolished because you were renting houses in their name that they didn't know about and buying trucks in their name on their credit that they didn't know about. Maybe that's why your family was demolished. Maybe because you got like 18 wives. Okay, maybe it's just 5 or 6, but whatever. And you married Shirley and she didn't know you had wives. And she spent all that money on a wedding. All right. Maybe it's because you got a side chick. Okay. And your family love your wife and they don't like the fact that you did her so dirty. I can go on and on and on, Nestos. The man is delusional. He need to fast. Okay. So he could think about what he did. So I am forced to defend myself the best I can. Nestos. Let me put it back up there. Oh, it's up there already. Do you want to represent yourself? Because it sounds like you want to represent yourself. And that's the sound like you want to represent yourself. That's what it sounds like. So I don't know if at the time of this that the lawyer finally read this. Maybe he hadn't read it at the time, a month later. But anyway, I am forced to defend myself the best I can because my lawyers ain't doing nothing. Okay, 5 lawyers, none of them did nothing for me. I told them to get me up out of here, and I've been here for 16 months. Let's forget the fact that they got me a bond. It may not have been the amount that I wanted, but I got a bond, right? Let's forget the fact that they are representing me at this hearing, that hearing, and for these charges, right? Anyway, so Miss Alexander, I'm begging you to send me the documents requested. I am an innocent man, and I still have not even been indicted. And my side chick, I'm ad-libbing now, y'all. My side chick said you need to indict or dismiss. Dismiss or indict. Whatever. We don't care. Just do something. Well, Sonia, they indicted his ass. So I'm begging you to please, please send me what I need to get my life back. Because if you send me, what did he ask for again? If you send me the transcripts and all of my warrants, as well as my probate cause hearing transcript, I'm going to be able to get my life back. All I need you to do is send me some doggone documents and I'm going to get my life back. I have lost everything and I still have God. In the name of Jesus Christ, be blessed. Nesto. So Nesto throw God on the end because I guess, somebody going to feel sorry for him. Onisha, you going to feel sorry for Nesto because he put God on the end? Onisha says, Sonia, before you got your problem, he didn't know him, but after your problem, he comes into your life helping you change you. I don't know what this is supposed to say. He don't want your body, just your cunning mind. Okay. Anisha, baby, I love you, girl, but either I'm too tired or I'm not sure what that was trying to say, but I got you. I got some of it. I did get some of it. Anyway, so that that's the letter. Be blessed. I lost everything, but I still have God. In the name of Jesus. Okay, Nesto. Just because you put in the name of Jesus don't mean it's going to go away. I'm just saying.
13th on the 14th, 17th, absent letter, nothing on there. But he did see your interview. Yeah. 243 is closed. 59 is just a letter. Letter from you, that's that. That's basically the last thing or everything other than the leave of absence letter. That letter. Nothing's been filed or anything other than that. The letter last month was the last thing. But then we said you had a hearing coming up?
No, I didn't say that. You said that it comes in before Christmas and they're working on it right now to get me out of here. Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's what they say now. That's what they
I know. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yes, hope.
You trust me, you're in good hands. That's what yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as they believe you're innocent, can they fight for that instead of thinking for 6 plea? That'd be a problem.
Yeah.
Well, let's just take it. No. See, like, too many mistakes going on with these situations.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're right, because he's old and she's new and young. So maybe he
Right.
back her up. 17 hours ago, they released a phone call from September 8th. Now she's backtracking.
Yeah, that's what he said too. He said 17 hours ago. He did say
Yeah, that's what he needs to.
September. That's last year. This year.
No, this year. Sonia suggesting Nesto's first wife never sent certificate. I never suggested that. He's so stupid. Can I suggest something I don't know nothing about? That's 57,000 views. That was 9 days ago. 18 hours ago, she released another video with you and him, your son, talking about the calls being on YouTube. That was 18 hours ago, and that was 17,000 views.
Damn, Sonia. You know what? Let me tell you what's funny about this chick, okay? But before I do, Annie Jones been going in all night. Let me read. Let me read her last comment. She said, "This 60-year-old inmate been in jail calls all over Georgia and prisons in different states. Not one time has he changed anything about his behavior. Now he is 60 ball." Okay, that's what when Nesto say 60 ball, he mean he's 60 years old. He is 60 ball, 60 years old in jail. All right, big and wait, hold on a second. Now he is 60 years old. He in jail, big, and I guess is asking everybody for help. Asking everybody for help. Jones Poetry, did you give memberships? King, thank you so much. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find out who got gifted. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me get into this and see if we can find out who got gifted. And I'm going to tell y'all what's funny about Sonia. Sonia can't seem to accomplish a damn thing when it comes to what Nesto asked her to do. Everything has to wait until Monday. Okay, right? She's got ADHD, ADD, OCD, all the alphabets. Okay, she got them, right? But when it comes to YouTube, baby, she could tell you what video dropped, okay, what time it dropped, how many minutes it was, how many views it got, okay, all of that, all of that, okay. I find that to be real funny. I just find it to be real funny that she can do all of that, but she can't do none of the stuff that Nesto has asked her to do. She can't figure that part out. She can't. Hold on 1 second. Let me get to, hold on. I want to see who got gifted. And June's Poetry King, thank you. Thank you so much. May your gift return back to tenfold. You already know how this go. I appreciate you. Appreciate the continued support. All right. Okay, hold on a second. So I see it. All right. My Ty, welcome to the Wisdom's Daughter family. Kinfolk, listen, we got 5 new wisdom ambassadors. All right. We be kin now, my Ty. Miss Mad About Music, welcome to the Wisdom's Daughter family. The only black but not bitter. I know that's right. Only me, 23. You got gifted. The right one got gifted. All right. All of y'all have been gifted by none other than June's Poetry. So please welcome our newest wisdom family members, our newest kinfolk to the family, and give a huge wisdom thank you to our king. All right, June's Poetry. Thank you so much for gifting those memberships. And I know I'm a little late in the comments, all right, because I see it. Y'all like 15 steps ahead of me. All right. But I had to shout out the names. Again, welcome y'all to the family. Enjoy your membership. It's a free membership for 30 days. And there is there's a plethora of receipts and all type of juicy tea and members. So y'all have a good time. And I hope that you will enjoy it enough to go ahead and keep that thing. Thank you so much, June's Poetry. let's get back to these two. And then I'm gonna share once we're done with this call, I'm gonna share something else with y'all.
And then 3 days ago, somebody released that you having bad mouth Lamont on women and Steve Harvey. When I recap videos, that's what that is. When they listen to something they want to discuss it, because they just Tasha K interview. Sonia, Shirley, Nesto, Trey is Team Shirley. That was 9 days ago. 14,000 video views. That's when they did. She got 18,000 views and she released the damn shooting. How would be afraid he can file something with YouTube? That'd be wonderful.
Hey, you know what's going on. Yes. You know what's going on.
Nesto said, yep, you know what's going on YouTube. Because if it's with YouTube, listen, Sonia be leaving skid marks in these YouTube streets. Okay? Skid marks. The last time she was running through these YouTube streets, she blew a tire. Okay? All right. The time before that, she hit a pothole in these YouTube streets. Okay. She was on her little scooter. All right. And I mean just skidding up and down. Right. Skid on down the road. Right. She just listen. She's over there scooting in her little scooter up and down these YouTube streets. She know what everybody is doing, what everybody is saying. Okay. But she can't keep up with Nesto's case. But she know every damn thing else about YouTube. Okay. That's where her energy goes to. And by the time it comes time for Nesto, she ain't got no energy. She tired. I'll do it on Monday.
You know what I'm saying? Especially since it's an ongoing case.
What?
Since this is an ongoing case, they shouldn't be reporting anything. They can do anything they want after the fact, but it doesn't jeopardize it.
Exactly.
It's while it's up and running, everything needs to be taken down.
Exactly.
That's why our stuff that I put, the 3 that I put up were very, very boring, but we knew exactly that what we were putting out, nothing. And I wanted it to be boring so they could be like, oh, this is a dead end. This ain't going nowhere. Let's stop listening to this stuff, you know? But no, they're still going strong.
Show is.
Keep going strong till that paperwork get on.
Yeah. So they keep reinventing shit. That's the thing. They keep running. They'll replay something and try to go back through something and reinvent.
It don't take number one. It don't take number one. Get some paperwork. And it's all it takes.
Look here, we didn't tell you to run your mouth on these damn calls. Don't get mad at us, okay? You ain't had no problem spilling your guts to Tasha K, telling her to do her MFing job. Well, guess what? We all doing our MFing job. I'm doing my MFing job right now, talking about you. That's my MFing job. How about that?
The dumb one who put up all my information, she said she released 3 days ago. Shirley's husband is big mad at social media bloggers.
What? He said I'm big mad.
Big mad at social media bloggers. Of course. Wait, picture y'all playing him the video. Who wouldn't be mad? Y'all talking mad shit. Calling this man all kind of disgusting names. What you expect? Happiness? Open arms?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be mad.
Yeah.
On your uncut, sipping tea and reading comments. I was reading comments and talking world news. Well, you know, I always say we should worry about the war and not this little simple stuff.
They got that on it?
I'm trying to tell you that they are dissecting and trying to read that any type of thing they can on this. Anything on this.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well,
anybody. Sonya, shut up. You won't believe where I found on Sonya. Receipts coming soon. Man, they so stupid. But anyway.
All right. Well, that's it to you.
So. I'm gonna call the attorney. I'm gonna do that right now. Right out. Right here. But I got the text message with information on it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right.
You have a good day. I just want to let you know that I got a cool out. All I can do now is let them other new people do what they do. Yeah, there's other shit for a minute because time is in. But cause I told him, no folks said me for 5 years. He said, no. No, we're not gonna let you sit like that.
No, because they know it's bullshit cases, a bunch of freaking lies.
Nesto didn't know that in the state of Georgia, you can go unindicted for up to 5 years. And if you can't get bond or they deny you bond, yes, you can sit in jail up to 5 years waiting. Okay. He knows that now because he is coming up on 3 years in July. This started in July of 2022, and we coming up on July of 2025. Okay. So Nestos, don't worry. You got some more charges that haven't been indicted. You only got to sit there for 2 more years, baby.
I know once that other thing that them new folk, what they gonna do, and then they put that paperwork out there, like oh boy did, man, things will change. Yeah. So, and that takes like 2-3 days so they can get their facts together, and then they file.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Bye.
I love you too.
He had to hit her with that "I love you" in the end because she sounded so sad. Bye. He was like, "All right, talk to you later." She's like, "Bye." He's like, "Okay, and I love you too." Sonia don't know when to get off the phone. Okay, if Nesto did not rush her off the phone, she would have continued going on and on and on about what's going on YouTube and in these YouTube streets. Annie James said, "I bet." He said he prayed and got what he wanted in court today. He used to tell Shirley that mess too. Probably did. I would not be surprised, y'all. There is something on the docket that I have not seen at all in this case. There are transcripts from court today. Now, the transcript is only going to relate to what was talked about on Nesto's case. All right. Let me just bring that up real quick, and we're going to get to the second call. Because I was like, that's interesting. Okay. I don't think I've seen that before. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find it. I downloaded it. So let me show that to y'all. Because here it is. Okay, here it is. Let me open it up and then I'm gonna share. What in the world? Hold on a second. All right, you know what? I'll do it a different way. I'm still logged into the system, so. But yeah, so there are transcripts of the conversation from earlier today, right? It's not very long, okay? And I'm not going to rehash the whole thing cuz I talked about it earlier, but for those of y'all that actually want to see it, I will I'll do a quick read and I'll drop it in members for y'all, okay? But I'm going to just pull up one thing. I was like, wait a minute, we never had transcripts before. We got hearing transcript. Okay, ain't never seen that before. So yeah, I gotta make sure that our members get what they pay for. So that's where I put all the juicy tea. Okay. But yeah, they got here are the characters in the transcript. Okay. Here are the characters. So you got the court, male videographer, female videographer, that's me. The court again, and then later on you got another female videographer, and that's Pam. So I will we'll get to that. I'll do a separate quick read on that because it's literally just like 1 or 2 pages, but it's actually funny reading back what you said while you were in court. Okay. And for those, again, there may be one person out there like, well, listen, Wisdom said that they ain't get kicked out of the courtroom, but I don't know if I believe that. And that's okay. I'm going to read y'all the transcript, okay? So y'all can see for yourselves that what I told you was true, okay? I don't like to be lied to, so the last thing I'm going to do is lie to y'all on this platform, okay? I am not perfect, but what I'm not going to do is tell lies to y'all on this platform, okay? Because that's the one thing I can't stand. And I told y'all before, I do not tolerate liars, okay? Which is why whatever short-lived acquaintanceship, friendship, whatever you want to call it, entanglement with Infamous Sylvia in the beginning didn't last long because I realized she's a liar. Thank you so much, Lisa Lulu. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Sylvia, don't you know that when you run your mouth about other creators, they get the super chats? WD, thank you. Queen, I love you right now. All right, that part. She says, Sylvia, don't you know that when you run your mouth about other creators, they get the super chats? Okay. Y'all, those of you who are new members, I put some fun stuff up on members just today on the community wall. So when you go to the page in the member section, that should be the first thing that you see. It's some interesting things that I done posted up there. So y'all enjoy. And those of you who are not members, who did not get gifted, it's possible you could get gifted. But we don't get to choose who gets gifted, just so you know. But membership is $4.99. So if you would like to become a member, you can go ahead and do that. And on that note, I will drop the link for you just in case to make it convenient for you to access it. All right. Let's get back to these calls. All right. I just wanted to share that with y'all because I thought it was really, really funny that they actually put a transcript up there. I don't know what the purpose of that was, but again, my documents said that I had a right to do what I did, and I was not in the wrong. All right. The next day, you know how you watch SpongeBob and it says 2 hours later. Okay. 24 hours later. Okay. The next day. Here we go.
Please hold. Hello, this is a prepaid call from
William Pryor.
Pryor. An inmate at the Cobb County Adult Detention Facility. To accept this call, your current balance is $7.06.
Mr. Pryor sound constipated. Why y'all using up all this man's money? Y'all using up all the man's money for this foolishness. Shame on y'all.
This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording.
Thank you for using Global Telink.
Hello?
You sleep?
No, I've been up since 5.
What?
Been up since 5. So look, the attorney reached out to me.
Which
He
one?
said he ran into the one you want. Said he ran into your attorney today. The one that sucks, right?
Uh-huh.
Wanted to know what was going on. Should have made the move that already. A lot is not right with this case. So he said to me, what's going on with Nesto? Have they still not indicted this case yet? Just saw Lewis and thought about y'all. And I sent him what he told you to do, right? With that negotiation of a plea and all that and the other, right? He said, I said he wants him to plead to the balance of those cases that he has. He said, why would he plead guilty? And he still have all those other cases.
Exactly.
He said, for that stuff he didn't do. He said, for stuff he didn't do. And I said, exactly.
She lying. That lawyer didn't say none of that. Okay. That lawyer did not say no such a thing. No, he didn't say no such a thing. Why are you lying, Sonia? That lawyer did not say that. And you see how she bad mouths people. She talking, calling the lawyer all type of names and carrying on. All right. Nesto is probably going to wish that he had accepted a plea deal when and if it was ever offered. That's all I'm going to say about that. Keep listening to your side chick because she's doing a great job. You out of jail. You got your wife back. Okay. You got that truck back. All right. You got two trailers now. Life is perfect. Only in your dreams, baby. Only in your dreams.
He said, waive an indictment. Bails the state out from having to present it to the grand jury. He said, wow, unbelievable.
Exactly.
I said, Lewis is like he's working for the state. He said, I don't think he anticipated those other cases. He said, who's leaking the calls? And I said, the prison phone company sells them to the bloggers.
So now we know she lying. Okay. Now we know she lying because first of all, he knows that calls and she is talking about Creel Lewis. Let's just be clear. Okay. His lawyer at this time was Craig Lewis. Okay. I believe this is the same lawyer that he nicknamed Pinocchio, or if you're Nesto, Pinocchio. Okay. So Pinocchio, aka Craig Lewis, who she's calling Lewis. Okay. I'm assuming that would be Mr. Lewis to you, but anyway, he didn't say that. He knows that these calls are obtained via the FOIA Freedom of Information Act. Okay. You see what she does? And this is the same one that bumps breasts with Sylvia. I said that. Yes. That's why I call her the sister wife. Okay. Because they both was vying for Nesto's attention in his time and fighting over who was going to visit on this day. No, I'm going this day. You need to go the next day. Right? No, I was going to visit him that day. And you showed up 10 minutes late and I could have been there. Anyway, that's what she does. Hold on one second. I'm trying to. Okay, I got what I needed. All right. Anyway, let's keep going.
He said, I know who, or I have my suspicions, but this is weird. They're fighting cases in the media.
Use a lie.
The Fulton's supposed to move them out of Fulton County, but the media's all over the country, so moving it out of Fulton ain't gonna do no good. He said, how are they moving out of Fulton? Doesn't make sense. And he said, wow. When I was saying,
she said the media is all over the country. Really? That's why every time I go live, I have to explain to people who Nesto is. Every single live, I get at least one person that says, who's Nesto? Who's Nesto? Welcome. We have a new wisdom ambassador. All right. I see you. Hold on one second. Let me make sure I get this name correct. Y'all, I should have my new glasses in just a couple of weeks, y'all. And I'm looking forward to it because it's not cute not being able to see. All right, Pretty Garden Girl, welcome to the family because we be kin now. See, when you become a member over here, that's what happened. You become kinfolk, all right? So if y'all wondering why I say that all the time, those of y'all who are new, I love the color purple. I have probably quoted the color purple in some way, shape, or form at least 5 times during this live. So we be kin now, right? So yes, thank you so much for joining, and may your gift return back to you tenfold. Pretty Garden Girl. Thank you so very much. All right, so I just want to make sure that I did this before we go on. I have pinned the membership link in the chat for anybody who needs it. All right, and if you have a friend or somebody that you know that is going through a rough time and they need a distraction or a good laugh, some shenanigans, and a key, this is the place to be. Send them that membership link and tell them, come on with it. All right. Anyway, let's keep going.
all the stuff they're pulling out, all these old articles, shootings, all of the stuff that these bloggers are doing. He asked about who's your appointed attorney, and I told him who the appointed attorney is. He said she should have moved. She should have made a move on that already.
Exactly.
He said a lot is not right with this case.
Exactly.
He said about 5 minutes ago. So yeah, what is she doing about all that other stuff?
Nothing. I
You know.
I told you what I felt. I told you, and I thought about it. Why I didn't call that night. I repressed this shit. I'm sitting there, foot hurting, sitting in the chair, looking at the game, and Buddy pulled up on me and said what he said. I'm like, golly.
That's what I told him. I said, there's 4 people in there, and they all saying the same thing, that she's shaking in court.
Did you get all that? Because mushmouth is a language and it take a little time. They're talking about his public defender, Hannah Rondon, who we haven't seen or heard from. To be honest with you at this point, I don't remember if she withdrew as his public defender or if the cases that she was representing are just on hold and he hasn't been indicted for that stuff yet. And they're just focusing on what they know they can convict him of, which is the financial crimes, because that's the majority of what his crimes actually are. All right. And as soon as we're done with this last jail call, I want to show you guys his rap sheet just for the last 5 years. Okay. I haven't looked at it or covered it in a while. I brought it up recently and I just said, golly. Okay.
Wow.
Shh.
Yeah.
So
That's because she's experienced. But they get them out of school with no experience because they don't care. They don't care that you guys get a fair fight. They just want y'all to get some fake fight. That's all it is. That's why they hire them straight out of school with no experience, and then they got to sit there and they put them with somebody in there that maybe got some experience, but they don't qualify. Half the people in there don't qualify to hold those jobs. They just got a law degree.
Yeah.
A law degree is more than what you got. Sonya don't qualify to even be a side chick. Okay, she don't follow side chick rules. Okay, as a side chick, the one thing you don't never do is talk about the wife. You don't badmouth the wife. You don't give your opinion on the wife. You don't ask about the wife. Okay, you the wife is off limits. Okay, you need to learn side chick protocol. Okay, if you're gonna be a side hen, you gotta learn. You gotta follow the protocol. All right, she did not follow protocol. I still will never get over hearing, okay? Literally hearing the side chick, Sonia, tell Nesto that he needs to tell the lawyer the lawyer don't talk to the wife. You don't talk to the wife. You want to talk about this case, you have a question, you speak to me or you could speak to Nesto. You don't talk to the wife. I beg your pardon? But it's the wife that's paying for the lawyer, right? And Nesto got big mad when he found out that the lawyer told Shirley everything.
And they
Anyway,
push everybody to just tell them to please, just tell them to please.
And that way, hey man, I might be slow yesterday, but I ain't slow today. Not at all. None of that made no sense. Man, ain't trying to fight me. I realized that yesterday. These folks ain't trying to fight for me at all. They lying the whole time. Exactly. Man, dude sit here and say, man, them folks, I've been here 26 months. I just got indicted 2 months ago. And they have no witness, no evidence. And them folks said, come plead guilty, not guilty. He said, could you ask for me a bond reduction? Yeah, I'll be there in 2 weeks. It's been 3 weeks. Now you go back to court January, guess what? He ain't going nowhere in because they're going to say, oh, we don't have no discovery. He's supposed to got his discovery back as soon as he got indicted.
As soon as they got indicted, they supposed to file for it. They're supposed to release discovery, everything they had on him.
Well, guess what? They ain't did it, and they're going to ask for it when he go back to court. That's another 90 days. That's exactly what happened to me with old boy. It's the
What a
same
pay.
thing. Yeah,
What
what
a
a
pay.
payload. Yeah.
What a pay.
A bullshitter, though. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. What a bullshitter. So, anyway, that means I need to be quiet. If I want somebody to defend me, I'm saying to myself, bro, I'm fucked anyway. If nobody ain't listening.
bruh, stop talking, stop talking, stop talking. Shh, stop talking, stop talking. We listen. I can't say too much, on these calls right here. Yes, Nesto, your lawyer told you to shut the hell up. Jerome Street King, thank you so much for the super sticker, and may your gift return back to tenfold. I appreciate the love and the support. Thank you so very much. Those of you who were in the bushes, if you want to support Wisdom's Daughter, you can do so simply by hitting that like button and making sure that you're subscribed to the channel. All right. There's always a free way to support. Dana J is in the building. What's going on, DJ? I see you. Yeah, Nesto needed to be quiet. And the same thing that he told his wife and how he said, I can't talk too much on these calls. Now he wants to censor what he's saying on the calls. It's too late. It is too late. And you let Sonia run her mouth like a chicken. You let her run her mouth, okay, like the chicken head that she is. All right? Yes, I said it. She a chicken head. He had no problem with Sonia running her mouth, but the wife can't talk. Ain't that something? You getting this man is getting everything that he deserves. Everything that he deserves.
The way y'all understanding them, right? What are y'all doing? Because the investigator, they're supposed to push. He need to be investigating now because they already know you want trial. You ain't taking no plea. That's what that is.
No,
so you need to prepare for trial because we're not going to take any pleas. So that's
that
also
that ain't what they saying. They saying that they're gonna hold you into your advantage of being here a little long. No, I don't want. He taught that same. It's like they preach that shit. They got a class for that shit. When you sit here a little longer, it's gonna be for your benefit. They're gonna offer you a plea. I'm not playing with something I didn't do. They just showed goddamn the one of the YCL boys. I was going to
Well,
do
he's
every
trying to say that
boys.
because, you're going to have time served by the time we go to court, because all that little shit is done other.
No, I'm not doing none of that.
Right. We're not doing that.
None of that. Yeah, tell my listen.
Who is Sonya? Who is we? Last time I checked, is Nesto behind bars, not you. Who is we?
Talk about the other cases. I said, man, that ain't no fraud. He said, yeah, that's fraud. You know, that's why it's such a fraud. I said, no, it ain't. He thought I was stupid. No, it's not.
That's what they come in there half-ass believing shit. And they the thing that I got from the phone calls and talking to them, they believe once you get charged, they believe charged. They're not coming in there with an open mind or saying he didn't do it because he said he didn't do it. They're coming in there like, oh, well, he got charged, so he had to do it. No, stupid. I didn't do it. I didn't do what they're saying they're doing. And they're finessing it and making something. If all of that stuff that those girls are saying, well, they're only one-sided, first of all. But it's only, like I said, that's civil, regardless. You fight it.
There she go. That's why we was calling her Civil Sonya. Well, regardless, that's civil. So if it's civil, why is he in criminal court? If it's civil, why is he facing a RICO? If it's civil, why is he in the Cobb County Adult Detention Center if it's civil, Sonia? Please explain that to me. Jerome, thank you so much. He said, you always do a great job and you can take me down. I will always support you. Thank you, King. I appreciate you so very much. And again, as I said, may your gift return back to you tenfold. Yes, Annie, cluck, cluckety cluck. Okay. Yes. And she proud. She's a proud side hand, baby. And who are these girls that she's talking about? I am not a girl. I mean, I'm female. Yes, absolutely. But last time I checked, I was a grown ass woman doing grown ass woman things, baby. Okay. I got a grown ass car and a grown ass house. I got 2 grown ass dogs. Okay. And I got a grown ass YouTube channel. Who you calling girl? No, we ain't. I mean, I know she looking a little aged, but no, ain't no girls over here. We all women, okay, real women, and we ain't bitter either. We ain't got a reason to be. All right.
Out in civil court. It's not a fucking crime. You talking about a crime. Okay, you could say the other stuff because of the nature of those other situations. But once you go to court and you pull all the details out, they're going to know the state was wrong. The police was wrong. Even if the state claimed they don't even have the police didn't give them the evidence.
Even though the state was wrong because the police didn't give them the evidence, the state was wrong. Do y'all see all of this? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Y'all can't see anything because side hand is in the way. Why is she always in the way? Move, Trick. Get out the way. Can't see anything. She just all up in the way. All right. Let me try to make my screen as I can't make it too big because then y'all won't be able to see what's on there. Hold on a second. All right. So I don't know if y'all can read this. Y'all probably can't. I will try to make it as big as I can. Nope, that didn't work. All right, that's as big as I can make it. But anyway, look at all of this. Okay, I'm just gonna run through this like really super fast. Okay, so these are all on the left-hand column is the warrant number, and then the next column are all the charges. 2 theft by deception from 2020 and 2022. Then he has a charge in Henry County. Theft of services felony, November 2021. Deposit account fraud, bad check for more than $1,500 or more. Okay, that was February 2021. Oh, Nesto was busy in 2021. He had to make up. It was COVID. He was taking advantage. Conspiracy to commit a felony. February 2021. Identity fraud, February 2021. Conspiracy, another charge of conspiracy to commit a felony, February 2021. Identity fraud, filing false documents, February 2021. And it's the same date. It's February 1st, 2021. Same date. Okay. What else we got here? Identity fraud, February 2022. Oh, he likes the month of February. That's his month, baby. It's right before Valentine's. He got to do what he need to do to keep up with Shirley Strawberries. 2 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony, February 2022. Filing false documents, February 2022. 3 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony, February 2022, and 2 in March of 2022. Then he's got all these child P stuff. Okay, so child P, possession of material which depicts a minor or a portion of a minor's body, felony. Possession or control of any material depicting minor in an explicit conduct situation. Okay, that's also July of 2022. So these are the charges from when he was picked up. Okay, possess or control, again, any material depicting a minor. That's another one, another CP charge. Okay, then he has a grape charge from January of 2019. Aggravated Sodom and Gomorrah, okay, from February 2021. Actual battery misdemeanor, January of 2019. Aggravated actual battery. So first it's actual battery, now it's aggravated, okay, February 1st, 2021. Trafficking a person for actual servitude felony, January of 2019, baby. January and February, that's his time of the year, baby. He's got 4 more theft by deception felony, all in 2021. August, June, and November. Financial transaction card fraud 3 from December of 2021. Well, Christmas was on the way, so he got to be able to give Shirley Strawberry something big for Christmas, because he can't just give her some chocolate covered strawberries. That's not going to be enough, because this is Shirley Strawberries. You know what I'm saying? He got to come with a car, some diamonds, a tennis bracelet. He got to come with it. Theft by taking, again, July 2020. You see a pattern here, and I'm still not done. All right. This is what he means when he says he has some charges put on and taken off. There are 4 charges here for possession or control of any material depicting a minor in an explicit conduct. Okay. So those are the ones that were taken off and put back on. Then he has a violation of the RICO Act. That was January 1st of 2009. Sorry. Conspiracy to commit a misdemeanor, February of 2001. Theft by taking. 2 counts of identity fraud, 2 more theft by taking, conspiracy to commit a misdemeanor, false statements and writings, 3 more counts of identity fraud, deposit account fraud, 2 more counts of identity fraud, conspiracy to commit a misdemeanor, another count of identity fraud, false swearing, filing false documents, bigamy, and 4 more charges of theft by taking. And all of those were between, so let's see, one of them was in March of 2019. Then we have February and March of 2021, April of 2021, November 2021, December 2021, June 2022, December 2014. So the identity fraud and false swearing was from December 16, 2014. Then he has a filing false documents from January 9th of 2015. And he got that because when he married Shirley Strawberry, he wrote down that he could legally be married because he wasn't married to anybody else, and that was false. All right. And then there's the bigamy charge, which was initiated 8/15/2021, or that is the date that he committed the offense the first time. And then all the theft by taking, August 2021, March 2022, June 2022, and April 15th of 2021. Damn. Who gonna pour me a shot? Anybody got a shot ready for me? I like tequila. Okay, I like tequila. I like that Patron Silver or that 1800 coconut. This is a lot. This is what Shirley married. Okay, I didn't say who. I said this is what Shirley married. Anyway, let's keep going with this doggone call.
Police know that shit is old as shit, and they know that stuff, you had no knowledge of that stuff being on your computer, if that's what it was. Because I don't even believe, I don't believe it's a child. I believe he's saying that just to try to be desperate on some shit. And we know that it's older than you had that it's older than what you had it for. It's before you even took possession. Because if you can't see the imagery, you know that shit is old. There's no way people are downloading in the last 5-10 years and you can't see the imagery. You must be talking about some shit off of Betamax or some video record back in those days. I know you don't know nothing about computers, but I'm saying that's how.
Why she said he don't know nothing about computers, and he had a whole setup. He had a whole setup with these cameras, right? And all of these vehicles that he had, he could see what was going on the street. I mean, he literally could watch you from anywhere. Pecan says at WD, it's not about his record, it's about his character, you know. Forget about all them crimes. It's your character, you know. She said, keep up now. Jalen Jones said, I didn't know it was all of that. Yeah, if she believes he's getting out, she's delirious too. Yes, Jalen, it's all of that. I ain't got no hope for a brother. He's stuck. Nope. Nesto was committing crimes when he was 90 days old. Annie, you crazy. You had me laughing all night.
Old the shit is, and they know it. And so for them to sit there and ask for an $800,000 bond on something they know for a certainty that you didn't know you possessed, and that shit's probably adult is from what the description shit is. It's adult. It's not fucking children. That's a whole nother lawsuit because they went in there knowing that shit was wrong. And then
that's why Nesto thought that he could have a lawsuit. He got it from Bonehead, okay? Baldy the Bonehead, all right? With no edges. And y'all, oh my goodness. I'm going to cover this on another night, but I finally got to catch up on PCFP, and I was looking at some of the video visits, the most recent ones. Sonia has lost all her edges. I mean, her hair is so thin. And I tried to tell her, she thought I was making fun of her when I told her, like, stop saying ponytails grow your hair. You got your ponytail pulled so tight, you look Asian. Like, stop doing that. Okay. Don't. Anyway. She got him thinking that he got a lawsuit, talking about, no, you could say, no, these are adults. How you know? You an expert? Are you an expert? Because it took the expert months to confirm for sure that this was a child based on the anatomy. And did she see it? Did she see what was on his laptop? This is one of those things that made me say, This is one of those times where it made me think she might have just incriminated Nesto, right? How does she know what was on his laptop if he didn't know what was on his laptop? They confiscated the laptop. She's saying, no. These weren't kids. These were clearly adults. How do you know they were adults? Did you see the pictures or the video? How could you have if it was in police custody, unless you had seen it prior to? Meaning that Nesto would have known that this was on his computer because he put it there, because the police said it was curated, right? You know how on YouTube we have playlists, right? So if I like gospel music, I take all the gospel songs that I like and I put it into a playlist, right? So you can look on my playlist and say, okay, so she likes to listen to, Israel and New Breed, or she likes to listen to Fred Hamilton, or she likes to listen to, this one and that one. They could look at it and tell that this was a file that was put together by a collector. It was curated. And here go Boneytail running her damn mouth once again. You about to blow this whole case up. I hope the prosecutor listened to this and go back to this call. It was December 12th, 2023. All right. Go back to this call and listen to what she's talking about. How do you know what was in those pictures or videos or whatever it was that was confiscated, unless you had already seen it? Okay.
Ask for an unreachable bond, $800,000 on some shit that was old as hell. You knew I had no knowledge that I could have possessed that shit because it was probably so dormant in that computer. How'd you get it? It wasn't for the where you just clicked and it opened. That shit was laying somewhere dormant in that damn computer. So I didn't have knowledge of that shit. He purposefully gave me an $800,000 bond on some shit. That's great.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and man, so what is he on? What he?
I don't know. That was the last thing he said. That was 5 minutes ago. So I just said we need to get that listening out. That's all it is. I said I'm still working on trying to get the fee.
Okay.
But he said, why did she try to release that other stuff? You know, that that property.
Right.
You got to sign a property release form for
I
Fulton
can't
County.
do it from over here. I done tried all that, and I done even wrote them folks and everything. They already told me where it's supposed to be at. But I can't get nothing done after they gonna ship me over here. So the only thing now is I need to send me.
So I need to go up there and
But
get
I need you to send my numbers. I know I was trying to cut you off. I need to, because I don't want to forget. I need to send me all them numbers that you got.
those phone numbers.
Yeah. Send me all them numbers so I can get them people when they come back.
I gave it to him. He got the numbers.
Do y'all know that Nesto, when he got arrested, that he didn't know his wife's cell phone number? He didn't. He was married to Shirley about 8 years by this point. Is my math right? They got married in 2015. He got arrested in 2022. So technically, that's what, 7.5 years. Okay. He did not know his wife's cell phone number. He said, look, I need to get some numbers out my phone. I need my lawyer's number, Erica Kane, that's my lawyer, and I need my wife's number. You married to the woman 7+ years, and you don't know her cell phone by heart? Okay, Nesto.
She got the phone numbers. I
Man,
can see.
them folks ain't did nothing, man. Them folks
Yeah, they got it. I gave them the phone numbers. I gave them to a month ago. They said they what?
They can't do nothing. There ain't nothing he can do. His hands. Man, you know what? I'm just so sick of these motherfuckers, man. Because I'm gonna have my mouth. Because he got my letter. That's how he got here. He got my letter.
Mm-hmm.
He said I'm doing some whatever he said I'm doing. But no, I'm writing everybody. I'm writing everybody. That's what I've been doing. So I can't trust that shit. Come on, because it makes no sense. None of that makes no sense. All that shit's supposed to be released. All this shit's supposed to be gone.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, but that's what's going on then. That's what's going on. That man ain't did nothing for me. Nothing. Nothing at all. Everything that I thought of, you done thought of, that's just supposed to have been handled. Because it's in the law book. It's supposed to have been handled. It's legal, not illegal, legal.
Right.
I don't know what this. If you heard that phone call what Dion supposed to have said, I don't know what that is. Must have important about that shit.
Huh? He spoke on something Dion said.
Yeah, that's how I know when the date came out, 17 hours ago. So I don't know what that's supposed to be.
I didn't listen to that. I don't be listening to the calls. I'll listen to like 6 seconds of it, but I don't listen to the calls.
Yeah, because it ain't nothing. It ain't talking about my case. It ain't talking about none of that. And definitely ain't talking about that. Yeah.
She don't listen to the calls, but she could tell you what everybody doggone said. Wu Wang said, and you was told to stop talking. But here you are again talking. That's why he still is where he is, Wu Wang, because he don't listen. Okay. I just listen. For somebody who's always listening, he's very non-compliant.
So ain't none of that. To me, it's just saying the world trying to turn. They're already trying to get me. They're trying to turn you against me, trying to flip flop. Oh, she probably ain't got herself together. Oh, all to make all try. Oh, maybe she engaging too much. No, the truth is the motherfucking truth, and the motherfucker don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. Yeah. So
they just not used to somebody fighting for somebody. That's what that shit is. It's just new to them.
That ain't what it is. That ain't how that go. We ain't used to a side chick fighting for another woman's husband. Who is you? Where did you come from? Okay, you were in Miami somewhere riding your bike on the beach, and all of a sudden you showed up in Atlanta in your poom poom shorts at a gas station, and you met a married man who always wears his wedding ring, but you claimed that you didn't know that he was married until like 10 days later that you ghosted, and then after a couple weeks you called him back because that liquid Viagra swinging from the chandelier nasty trailer park experience on that nasty RV bus that he had, the coach bus that he had. Yeah. I don't know what the hell he did to her up in that motor coach, but Dre made it very clear that he had Sonya up in the coach. And if Dre didn't make it clear, Sonya was gracious enough to spill her own tea about what was going on in the Great Mobile, okay? In that nasty bus. So, don't. She just nasty.
Because most families fall off, and then they just when they deal with people, usually people that don't have nobody.
No, you don't have nobody. That's why you clinging to Nesto. You don't have one friend. Shirley got 1,001 friends. She might be down a husband, but she got 1,000,001 friends. Okay, you done gained somebody else's now ex-husband, but who is incarcerated, and you got Nesto is Sonia's life. She has nothing else. She had the 2 dogs. She couldn't deal with the dogs. Where the dogs is gone. Okay, she had her grandbaby. She couldn't deal with the grandbaby. Threw the baby in the room on the bed, turned on some cartoons, and slammed the door with the baby crying the whole time while she talking to her jail boo. Yeah, that's not an exaggeration. She really did that because we heard it. And the reason why we know about it is because she at one point was releasing calls that she had recorded illegally on her phone because she didn't know how phone calls from prison was getting the calls. So she just decided, well, you know what? I'm going to record calls and just drop my own calls because I paid for the calls. I'm going to drop the calls like a dummy. And there's a call. I think somebody called CPS, to be honest with you. But yeah, baby crying. I mean, the crying was loud. Baby, it broke our hearts to hear that. While she on the phone, keying it up and with her jail boo. Okay, that's who this is. This is what Nesto chooses to deal with over his wife. So as I said earlier, he deserves everything he gets.
You're absolutely right.
That's how it couldn't be better. I didn't plan that, I promise. Shirley said, whatever you done to me, I done already done to you. Baby. Now Nesto trying to he trying to get a witch doctor to take the writ off of him.
You're absolutely right.
So they like, oh, this is just too much. She's doing the most. So that's a person's life. It's amazing how people just don't know how to put themselves in somebody's shoes and just understand this is a fucked up situation, and any help is good help.
So yesterday,
The whole narrative is, and I got that across when I did that show because it changed the narrative. People kept saying, "Oh, he's a this, he's a that, he's a this," and then that came out, and then the second blogger was like, "We can't say that because that's not true, and we can't say that either because they didn't even indict him." So, and I was like, "That's exactly what I want. I wanted y'all to look and stop just going from that April court hearing." And saying, oh, he's this, he's that, oh, he can't be with animals and children, oh, what is he, all of that shit. That's what the narrative was. No, look at the case. That's what you need to do. Read the warrant, look at the case, make it make sense. That's it.
We did, and it makes absolute sense. The only time it don't make sense is when Nesto say it don't make sense, because that's what he say about things that he just don't want to admit makes perfect sense. You saw all those charges. I read them out to you. And it took me a few minutes. And that was just with Fulton County, mind you. That's not all of his crimes. This man has a rap sheet. Nesto was pushing that white powder, okay? The booger sugar, nose candy, whatever you want to call it, okay? Yes, he was dealing and got caught up for that.
That's all it is. The only thing that hurts is if you speak on your defense because, they'll use it against you. But other than that, and the only thing I said was, I don't know because he can't talk about his case. So I can't speak on the defense side of the case. The only thing I can speak on is what the warrants are saying, which I say that on the phone all the time, what the warrants say. And stuff that's in my opinion with the warrant. And I clearly say that this is my opinion. This is not his opinion, this is my opinion. This is what the warrants are saying, and the warrants don't make sense.
No.
And that's what I said. Even if he had a warrant for that stuff they tried to say that happened with the Calvin dude, which was 2021. There's still no grounds for a search warrant that happened in 22.
What you say? What is you talking about? What you talking about? It doesn't matter, because everything is civil, right? So if it's civil, there's no statute of limitations on stuff like that. No, obviously, because he got charged, and even after this, way after this, he got hit. Nesto got hit with that RICO in April of 2024. Okay, the same night that he was on infamous Silverback's platform. Okay, you see how the people you hang with can either make you or break you. Okay, I feel like that's the all right. The same night, I feel like I'm this in the Bible. The same night he was betrayed, right? Anyway, the same night that Nesto was on that platform doing exactly what the lawyer told him to do, told him not to do, running his mouth. Okay, the grand jury was meeting to indict him on a RICO, 39 counts.
Top of the stuff that the landlord tried to say, that's still not grounds for a search warrant. Just because you have a warrant in another city, that doesn't give you grounds for a search warrant. And all they said was, oh, it's just cars in the driveway. And I didn't walk through the house and I just saw a little bit of furniture. And then, so even that's not grounds for a search warrant.
It is when you got kids on the lease, dumbass. You didn't know that part. She didn't know that part because she thinks she knows everything, right? She thinks she knows everything. She did not know that Nesto had children listed on that lease, Sheridan's children, who were all under the age of 12. You cannot have children in an apartment with no furniture, no bed, okay? No clothing, closets empty, right? Where the children's toys? Just saying, right? There's certain things that you have to have for a child that you absolutely have to have, okay? Maybe you don't have to have toys, but toys would indicate that children are there. But where are the kids' beds? Where are they sleeping? Where are they sleeping? I don't know what was up in this house and what the landlord saw, okay? But y'all know how y'all watch the scary movies and you see something like, down the hall in the distance and you don't know what it is, but you know enough to run like hell. That landlord was like, what the hell going on here? Okay, and went straight to the police.
And that's what I say, and that's what a couple of attorneys that I spoke to said.
You ain't speak to no attorneys.
So that is what it is. It's just, and everybody that I speak to that's on the legal side always say nothing. All of this is the bullshit. They're not doing this correctly. He's getting railroaded.
Man, it's got no end to it.
Right. It's like, they're all saying, who did he piss off? That's what it is. They're all saying that, which like Trump, like everything that Trump's going through. Trump's going through that because he pissed off people. He spoke on some things. So now they're frying him in New York. They're frying him in Fulton County. He pissed off somebody. So now they're going to play dirty. And that's the same thing they're saying about your case, which is, who did he piss off? Because they playing dirty.
They did ask him that, though. Okay. It's not documented, but I know for a fact that is exactly what they said to him. Who did you piss off? Okay. Because they're like, this, and nobody. He just got caught. He just got caught. Nesto stole from a veteran. Okay. I mean, stealing is bad, period. But you don't steal from kids. You don't steal from elderly people. And you don't steal from veterans. Just saying, Nesto. Like, damn, you ain't got no code.
But so last night I saw on third case one of his co-defendants got stabbed in the back. I used to see him every fucking time I went to courtroom down there because he was chained to his
He got stabbed, actually stabbed?
Yeah, actually stabbed in the back in the jail.
Oh, in Fulton County?
Yeah, this just happened 2 days ago.
Why did they say they stabbed him? Was he talking against him?
No, they all in the same. That was, how what that shit is.
I know they're all together, but you know how people feel about Thug because of all of the good stuff he was doing when people couldn't get bail. He was bailing people out of jail. You know, he does a lot for the community. So that's why I asked, what was it? Something like were they mad at him because of that, or was he in there just talking smack and got into it with somebody else?
They didn't say that. They didn't say that.
They didn't say what it was.
Yeah,
they won't know. But they ain't gonna talk.
Yeah.
They're not gonna
got
tell
their
what.
ass in the back. They delayed the trial. Delayed the trial. And I remember seeing him every time I go down there. He be down there with me, and the same deal.
Oh.
Yeah, dressing out. But what I'm saying is, I saw that and they delayed the trial. But his girlfriend got out there. I love him and this and that. I said to myself, damn. Okay, then look a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They be whispering it across the courtroom. Yeah, she be going to court supporting her man.
That's what Nesto love. Nesto love a woman that he could do whatever, and she's still gonna be there. Okay, he could commit 1,000 crimes, right? And she's still, I love you. That's Nesto want a woman that's just dumb and blind. Okay, there is a woman out there for you, Nesto, and her name is Sonia Durham. Okay, she's stupid. She can't see. She can't read. She can't remember shit. All right. That's the one for you.
Yeah. Now this ain't Thug. Now this the other guy. It's co-defendant, the one with the dreads in his head.
Oh, okay. Well, no, Thug's girl is the one that I've seen on social media, and they be talking about her when she goes to court. Thug's girlfriend. I forget her name. She's a popular chick.
What makes my shit so damn special? That makes no fucking sense to me.
That's what I'm saying. But you got these old hens that's messy as shit. I'm trying to tell you. It got messier once them nosy ass people start releasing them jail calls, and now it's just they just doing all kind of crazy shit. Like, why you?
Cause y'all be talking about all kind of crazy ish, okay? And I don't know who she calling old hen. She's talking about herself. Old hen, ma'am, ain't you? What are you turning this year? 58? Aren't you turning 58 this September? I think it's 58. Who is old? I don't know any content creator that's talking about this story that's like really reporting on it is what I mean. Content creators that are as old as she. I don't know who the old hens are. I'm just saying. But why you know so much about it? If you put that kind of energy, or if you had put that kind of energy into Nesto's case, instead of getting him to do, all of this tomfoolery and doing the opposite of what the lawyer said, maybe he might have been out. I'm just saying. You needed to stay your ass in the bushes. Shirley Strawberry should have never known about no Sonia Durham. Okay, Shirley would have stood by her man. She probably would have got Steve Harvey to help her get him out. Nesto, you's a damn fool. Okay, you is a damn fool. You traded diamonds for dust, because this chick right here is a dust bucket. Anyway,
keep releasing all my family's information. You doing all of this background research on me. Like, I ain't no fucking, they don't do this for stars. Like, I don't even know this much information. You couldn't tell me what Will Smith's brother looked like. I don't even know if he has a sibling. Like, come on now, really? Y'all doing all of this research, all of this, and the other for me and you. We ain't nobody.
That's what I don't understand.
And he wasn't really nobody like that big too. You get me? Like, it was he. But these are just all hateful black people. We be our own downfall. That's how R. Kelly got caught up. It was black people that did all that shit. White people wasn't thinking about him. It was when two black chicks started protesting his concert. Then they started dragging him. And then they did that. That Surviving R. Kelly was funded by black people. All of that shit was black people.
Wow.
Black people that picked it up and charged his ass. They be black people that be your worst enemy.
Wow.
Black people. Yeah.
You do realize that your jailboo is black, right? And he done committed like 152 like crimes, right? You do realize that, right? And just because we reporting on the truth, okay, ain't nobody tell him to go out there and do all of this foolishness, okay? He should have stuck to giving out shoes and food to the homeless, okay? Do that. Do something positive, okay?
They set up that way because if you go all the way back to the 60s and the 70s, 80s, we got along well amongst
it was all the black people. Well, Sonya ain't black, if y'all didn't know. Sonia thinks she white because she has a stepsister, or a half sister. I'm saying it wrong. Let me get it right. She has a half sister, same father, different mother. The mother of some of her siblings is white. Okay. So she likes to claim that. I don't think she paid attention in science class, biology, chemistry, none of that. Okay. Nothing. Okay. You can't anyway.
So right when they started turning that music and doing certain things, and then they got it where white people can sit back and just watch now because we destroy ourselves. They ain't got to do anything no more.
So you definitely got to get that paperwork that I sent to Junior now. You got to get that now.
I'm about to go find him today. I'm about to get dressed and find him because I got to go on that side of town. I'm about to go find him and I'm about to go and try to get that police report for that for that vandalism.
I'm saying. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go get what else I gotta go get? I got one more thing. And I gotta go by and see about your property.
Okay. So you gotta write stuff down. You gotta write this stuff down what you're doing now
because I'm old. You know me. I'm gonna forget. Forget. Now my phone's gonna ring and I'm gonna forget. That's what that's gonna do.
Oh yeah, that is it. But it's good that Buddy falling. So he didn't say that I did anything wrong though.
No, he's just saying your lawyer keeps giving you the wrong advice.
Wow.
That's what he's saying. He keeps saying, wow, just like the other guy that came to see you said the same thing about him.
Yeah, you got to get that.
So his lawyer gave him bad advice because Nesto talking about his case, about his defense, and running his damn mouth all this time, that was a good thing. Going on all these platforms, that was a good thing. Going on Tasha K, that was a good thing. Yeah. Okay. I wonder how things would have been if Nesto had listened to his lawyer. I'm just saying.
You gotta get that. You gotta get that paperwork. You gotta get that letter that I was speaking to him. Yeah, that's all my proof right there, showing it for that, and then that's the other stuff. Yeah, and I got a backup letter too. So once you get my address, I'll send it to that too. So you have my backup. But yeah.
You need to fire him. You need to fire him and get another attorney, not her. I would ask for another attorney and see. Just see, because even if you go to court with him, he's not going to do what he's supposed. He's going to sink you in court. That's all I'm going to say. Just like he laughed back in April in court and thought everything was an effing joke and was just being all playful and stupid in court. He's going to do the same shit. He's going to fire his ass and just have him give you another court-appointed attorney till I get whatever I need to get this other stuff going and then just tell him you want all your money back. We just have to we're going to report him to the bar and file a lawsuit against him.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. Nesto done surrounded himself. Okay, and I say surrounded himself because Sonia was very successful at isolating Nesto from everybody. From Dre, his wife, his son, Lamont, everybody. He done surrounded himself with someone that done convinced him or was trying to convince him, or maybe even did convince him to fire his paid attorney and just ask for a public defender. He already had a public defender. That was Hannah Rondon that they were clowning, talking about she shakes in court. And she's, she just got her law degree and she doesn't have any experience. Did you do your homework? I don't think she did her homework. Okay. She can barely get up out of bed on any given day. Okay. Very interesting. She gonna tell this man that he should fire his lawyer because his lawyer tried to help him.
For all money.
I already told that.
Yeah, for everything. Tell him to fire, withdraw, put in, and then you just go and just ask for another attorney for those cases. You do not want that same attorney because she cannot handle the workload. She is not fit for the workload.
You know what? I want to see her come out with some lawyer money. Okay. I wanted to see her pull out some money from an insurance policy, sell one of these 19 homes that she supposedly had, 17, whatever the amount is. All right. Where was your lawyer money? You telling this man that he need to ask for all his money back? No, that ain't how that go. That it doesn't work like that, Sonia. Just because you say something doesn't make it true. You could say you white, but it don't make you white. Okay. You can say you're right, but it don't make you right. No, he's not gonna get his money back. What you think this is, right? No. I go to a restaurant, eat a whole meal. I mean, lick the plate and everything, talking about this food was terrible. I want my money back. Well, give me my food back in the same condition that it was served to you, and I will gladly. If you can give me back all of my time that I spent on your case, then I will gladly give you your money back. She sounds stupid as hell.
Not fit for the work club at all. And then hopefully the next one, you know, she and her sugar.
They're not gonna put me on the next one. They're gonna put me on the same case over her. That's what they're gonna do.
Then you ask them you ask them to attorney on all of that then.
But guess what?
Can't get no work for her.
They don't have. I can't
The manpower.
Yeah. Nope. There you go.
They don't have the manpower.
Young folks is overloaded, man. I realized that for real in the last month.
Oh yeah.
They are overloaded. So
yeah.
this dude been in here 5 motherfucking years and they just picked their shit up. 5 years. Yep. Motherfucking Rico. So
5 years.
5 motherfucking years. That man been locked up 5 years on a Rico. Shit crazy. Yeah. So shit, man, I'm telling you now, this shit is wicked. So okay. So yeah. But
Let me run. Let me get dressed and run where I need to run. Just call me then.
I love you.
Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.
Oh, I'm liking that music, PCFP. I'm digging it. Oh my goodness, what a ride we went on tonight. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Like, who got a headache? Who needs a drink? Like, I'm ready. I'm ready for some steak and eggs or something. Like, I like worked up a whole appetite doing this. That was my baby Allie. She says hello, and Gigi is snoring because she's like, it's been all day. Sonia, where is your money? She doesn't have any. Remember the first call that we ever heard from PCFP with Sonia. Okay, we didn't know who she was at the time, the mistress, the girlfriend. We didn't know. She said, "Remember, I'm the broke friend, rich wife, broke friend." So, Nesto, what did you expect? What did you expect? Okay. If she broke, what's going on, Courtney? I see you, Courtney in the building. What'd you expect? If she's broke and she can't manage her finances and she can't hold down a job, what else is she ever gonna be able to do for you? I don't know. I don't even Nestos. I don't even know what to say. I don't know, but this was a very interesting call, and this was a good one. The timing was on point with this one. Sunshine, how are you doing, Queen? She says, Sonia, you haven't done anything for Nesto except talk and lie after lie. Girl, bye. You ain't fight for this criminal. That's why he's still locked up. And that's a fact. That is a fact. Oh, you're welcome. She said, WD, thank you for taking one for the team. Listen, when I went to court today, honestly, I didn't expect anything. I figured this is going to be another situation where we're going to go and Nesto's going to, talk for 2 seconds. And before I can get my camera up and rolling, we're going to be out. It was a very interesting day. It was a very interesting day. And Sean Hoover was laughing. I don't know what the man was laughing at. Okay. He could laugh. I'm just saying he was laughing. But I got the feeling that he might have been laughing because he thought that was a success for him. But we're gonna see who's gonna have the last laugh. I don't think Nesto is gonna come out of this on top. I just don't. Okay. I think Hoover is going to do the best he can for Nesto. But even if Nesto had the best lawyer, y'all tell me real quick in the chat, who would be the best lawyer to help get Nesto out of this? If Nesto had like a blank check and he could hire any lawyer, What lawyer do you think could get Nesto off with all of these crimes? That's what I want to know. So y'all can either put it in the live chat, y'all can throw it up in the comments if you're watching the replay after the live. But yeah, y'all tell me, what lawyer do you think could get Nesto off? Oh, we got a comment already. Somebody said Brian Steele. A cut above Lady T said Brian Steele. Okay. P. Cantel said Jesus. That's the only one. That's why Nesto is fasting, because he think Attorney Jesus Christos is gonna get him off. Okay. No, I don't think he's gonna get out of this one. Make it rain said nobody. Leon Lonnie Love. Okay, I don't know who that is. Menu Mindset. Leon Lonnie, I gotta look that up. Courtney said John Cochran. You know what? You might be right about that one. John Cochran. Greer Jones said a lawyer that walks on water for show. He would need a lawyer that knows how to turn water into wine, because he needs somebody that could turn nothing into something and something into nothing. Can we turn all of these charges and just make it go away? Johnny Cochran, can you do it? Nah, I don't know. And he said Crumps. Sonia needs dentist for teeth. Y'all with these names, y'all horrible. Oh my God. Ebony Wood said, I'm a lawyer. I slept at Holiday. Oh, by this point, he might as well just hire Sonia to be his public defender, because at this point, his case is things are so messed up, She kills me when she says, I don't listen to the phone calls. I know. Oh, Benjamin Crumps. Got you. Benjamin Crumps. So listen, Sonia's listening right now. She in the bushes right now. Okay. Literally in the bushes right now. All right, y'all, listen, this was fun. That's all I have for y'all tonight. All right. Thank y'all so much for being on. Okay. I want to see y'all again. We will be live again probably tomorrow evening. All right. There are some calls that I want to review, so make sure you return tomorrow evening. 8:00 is the time. All right. I had to start a little bit late today just because this is the third live that I've done today, and I usually don't go live that many times in a day. But make sure y'all return here tomorrow, 8:00. We got some more calls that we're going to review. All right. And those of you who are members, again, welcome to the family. The new members that were gifted and that joined on this evening, go ahead and have fun. Okay. I want y'all to leave skid marks in the member section. Okay. That's what I want y'all to do. Enjoy. Have fun. For sure. So, all right, y'all, listen, be safe, be at peace, and keep your eyes and your ears to these YouTube streets, and be careful with them lies. Until next time. Thank y'all for joining. I'll see you on the next one.